Welcome to the Lose Your Big Ass Stomach podcast. I'm your host, Jay Jackson, and my mission here is to help you get rid of that big ass stomach and take back control of your health so that you can look and feel your best by being the best version of yourself, mentally and physically, while destroying the mediocre agenda society is trying to brainwash you into, and breaking our families' generational curses of being unhealthy by being a healthy and fit role model. It's time to set a new standard. It's time to set a new standard of living. If you find the podcast helpful, be sure to hit that follow button because that helps us build a movement. Let's go. What's up, everybody? Coach Jay Jackson here. Your boy is back in action, and I got another rock star coaching client of mine, Jason, in the building. Man, this guy has an amazing story, y'all, and I'm really excited for him to share his journey, you know, even before working with me to like where he is right now. And man, I'm just amped up. Jason, how you feeling, brother?
Sure. Feeling good, coach. Feeling real good, coach. I'm happy with my results, man. Feeling good. Feel like I'm in the best shape of my life. I would wait until I'm 35 years old to get in the best shape of my life. You know what I'm saying? But better late than never, right? So I'm here now.
Sir.
I'm here now.
Never. Man,
Right.
it's so many guys, man. They wait until they're in their 40s and 50s. And so,
Yeah.
you know, I just want to take a sec to tell you I appreciate you, you know, for taking the time to jump on with me. And also, man, I commend you, you know, because a lot of guys, it takes them like decades to wake up. They don't start waking up until they're in their 40s and 50s. And they're like, man, my body is just falling apart. My body is just like deteriorating. My health is declining. And so I feel like you did the right thing for sure. All right.
Yeah. Appreciate that, coach.
Yeah. And so, you know, I want to dive into your story, man, you know, before we get to all the good stuff, because you've had some amazing results, even your transformation photo that I posted over on Instagram, like it's got like hundreds of likes on it. And so
That's what's up.
yeah, it's popping. But
That's what's up.
and you still transforming, man. So I smile every time I see you. And so checking in inside the coaching app. But well, I want to start, you know, because most people, they see all this social media stuff. They see everybody highlight reel. They see everybody dropping the 20, 30, 50, 100 pounds. And they're like, man, it must have just been so easy for them because they never really hear the backstory. They don't, you know, where that person came from and the adversity that they went through. And so I'm thinking that's the best place for us to start. Like, what was life like before you started rocking with me? Like, what type of things did you try? And like, how was life before you started rocking with me?
Oh man, coach. Listen, man. I tried everything, brother. Was one of those people where I've always had like a willpower that I could like try something and stick with it, but nothing would work because everything I tried, I was just doing it incorrectly and not having any structure and not understanding, I guess, what to do correctly. So, for instance, I was a vegan for 6 months. You know, everybody says be a vegan, you'll get the body you want, yada, yada, yada. Tried that for 6 months straight, didn't really get the body I want. Then I tried the what do you call it? The low carb diet where you're not eating the carbs.
Yep.
That didn't help. Then I tried something else too. I think it was called a bean diet or a 4 hour body diet or something like that, where you're eating in a certain man, I tried everything, coach. And it wasn't until I learned structure from you and counting the calories and looking at your protein intake and actually having a designed plan and design structure and a better relationship with the food. It wasn't until I did that because I was struggling, man. You know, like I said, I tried all of these things multiple times. There was even one time, coach, where I said, you know what, I'm gonna do cardio every single day for a month and see where that gets me. You know, and you can't outwork the nutrition. What I mean by that, if you eating fast food and you eating, you know, the wrong stuff, I don't care how much cardio you do. I actually gained weight when I was doing cardio every single day and trying to eat what I wanted. So, man, I tried everything. So it wasn't until you, coach, and I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for putting me in your direction in the first place, man, because I would have still been lost without you, coach. Just being honest, man.
Yeah.
I would have still been lost.
I'm glad we connected because there's so many people out there who they experience very similar things as you. Like that's very common for guys and ladies to reach out to me and they're like, man, I'm doing all this cardio and like, how am I not dropping the weight I want to drop? Because I'm doing all, I thought cardio was what I was supposed to do, you know? And and even like the vegan, like I tried vegan for about I think it was like 3 months. And it wasn't necessarily for me to drop weight or anything like that, but I see how the fitness industry is, and I know they'll bring new things to the market, which is just like a different method, but at the end of the day, it still focuses on the same principles of weight loss. And I just like to see what y'all are experiencing. Like, what is it causing your body to feel like? How is it making your lifestyle different? You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, when I did the vegan diet, man, I dang near lost. I didn't lose all my muscle, but I was definitely looking skinny, almost looking like
Yeah.
sick. And so, because I wasn't eating much protein at all, you know.
Hmm.
And so, it can actually be one of those diets that you can find yourself in a worse place than where you started if you're not doing it properly because you're deficient. Same thing with keto,
Yes.
you know. But I know you tried a lot of things, and I respect the fact that you didn't give up. You know what I'm saying? But how long was that period in time, like from when you first started trying to like drop weight and to when you discovered me?
Oh man, coach, I've been trying to like get my body right since I'm 35 now. So probably since I was probably after a teenager, probably like in my mid 20s, you know what I'm saying, trying to get my body right. So probably since I was like 23, 24, trying to
Wow.
figure out what to do. And oh man, it's been a journey, coach. I've been battling, trying to get, to look the way I want to look for a long over 10 years, man, trying to do it. And it's been a journey. And like I said, no success. I mean, little success, here and there, but
Yeah.
nothing sustainable. And these fad diets aren't sustainable. What you have me doing, I could do this for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? And I think some of these fad diets work, like keto, and maybe these other things work because if you're in that calorie deficit that we talk about,
Yeah.
maybe you will see some success getting rid of the carbs and get rid of things because you're in a calorie deficit and you don't even know it.
Yeah.
But now that I'm in a calorie deficit, I know I'm in that calorie deficit. I just the knowledge you've given me, man, has just been beyond helpful, and it's
Yeah.
why I've succeeding because I have structure now. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Wow.
just crazy when you have things structured out and you have a game plan how you can execute it, man. Even from going down to the gym, coach, because man, I'd be that guy, go to the gym, use that machine, not even on what I'm doing, not keeping track of nothing, just
Yeah.
all out of whack. And I go faithfully, but I
Yeah.
don't know what the heck I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? And now I got a game plan. Hit the gym, hit the barbell, hit this, hit that. You got it all laid out for me, brother. So it's just night and day, man. It's night and day, coach. I mean, it's crazy.
That's
I'm
awesome.
no longer that guy in the gym, not knowing what I'm doing. You feel like you belong now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm going over there. I'm hitting them weights. I'm gonna go do them pull-ups. I'm gonna hit that leg machine. I know what I'm doing. Man, before when I was 24 years old, I may do dumbbells one day, doing this, not knowing what I'm doing, lifting up. Man, I was all messed up, coach. I was all messed up, man.
Man,
It was crazy.
it's don't feel bad about it because it's like there's so many people that go through that. It's so many people, and not even just in their 20s. Some people go through that for decades, in their 30s, their 40s, their 50s, and they're just in there winging it. That's why I
Mhm.
always tell people, like, if you're winging it, like, you'll get winging it results. But when you
Yep.
start to develop some structure, you get that game plan.
It was funny because I was winging it. I was winging it, man. Even with the food, man, thinking I'm doing right. I got on this kick where I was not eating trying to, not eat the bioengineer stuff in the process,
Yeah.
winging it, just winging it, coach, man. You ain't gonna get no results like that. You get winging it results, like you said, and that's what I was getting.
Yeah, winging it.
Damn.
And I think one of the frustrating things, for y'all as well as myself as a coach is there's so many methods out there that y'all hear about. You hear about the keto, the vegan, the Atkins diet, you hear about the
Yep.
fasting and all these different, the supersets, the trisets, the pyramid sets, and you're like, what do I need to do?
Fact. That's a fact, man. You
What
preaching today, brother.
do I need to use dumbbells? Do I need to use machines? Which one is the
Yeah.
right one? Which is the right way? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And so that can create this sense of like you're winging it, but sometimes you may not even know that you're winging it because you're just trying out different things without structure. And
Yeah,
so,
man. I feel like you're talking to me right now, coach. I swear I feel like you're talking to me right now, man. The old me was doing all of that you said, bro.
yeah,
And you know, that's what attracted me to you too. Because when you make those videos, you know, about dropping the bicep emoji and you'll do more. And all the videos you make, I was like, this guy's talking to me right now. You know what I'm saying? With the big belly behavior and the winging it, not knowing what to do, and not, oh man. That's what attracted me to you the most. I was like, I felt like you were talking to me. You know what I mean? And I was like, this guy's on to something, you
yeah,
know?
yeah. I appreciate you sharing that. I'm curious though, like what triggered you? Because sometimes for people, it's something that's happened recently in their life. Like I remember one guy, a coach named Renzo. His stepfather ended up passing away because he had a heart attack, and Renzo was overweight, and he ended up joining my coaching program. He dropped 60 pounds. He dropped 36 pounds his first 3 months, 60 pounds in 6 months, and that by his stepfather passing away, that triggered him to want to make a change. You know,
Wow.
so in your life, what triggered you to want to start making that change to like lose the weight and get your body on point?
Well, I would say that, you know, early on in my 20s, it was, you know, more just being out more vanity. Wanted to look good when I was in my 20s, so I tried that. But then
Yeah,
when I got in my 30s, you know, had a second child, kids getting older, I want to stick around for them, you know what I mean? And be healthy, be strong, be full of energy. You know what I mean? I think that, you know, just having kids made me want to be the best version of myself for them also. Because, you know, you have kids, it's really no longer about you, it's about them too. You know, so most importantly, they come first, you know, in my life. So besides God, obviously. And you know, just wanted to be a better version of myself for them, be healthy, live to see my great grandkids if possible, Lord willing, you know. So I
yeah,
uh I think that was the thing that really got me into it, man. You know, wanting to look good too. That's part of it. I ain't gonna lie. You know, you want to look, who don't want to look good? You know what I'm saying? But just being healthy, feel energetic, and I feel better now at 35 than I felt when I was 20, man. It's crazy, man. I want to play ball. You know, I'm hitting people up like, let's do something. You know what I'm saying? So you know, you feel good. And I think that for me, it was just my kids, man, and just wanting to look better, you know, and just feel healthier and be healthier, you know?
yeah. I totally respect that because I believe wholeheartedly any man that will bring kids into this world, man, that's a huge responsibility. And
Mhm.
I see so often, we have these broken homes, and it's not to say that things don't happen, but the man has to be fit for life. He has to be an athlete for life. Meaning, when I think about that, it's like we have to be physically equipped and mentally equipped, like health wise. If our body ain't right and our mental health ain't right, we can't take care of no kids. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
We can't lead no family. And so that's why
That's right.
you, those things are important. But what I'm just curious though, like what type of uh I guess in a way like maybe like insecurities, or for some of us, like, man, we go through a bit of shame that causes us to want to change and make some change
Mhm.
in life, whether it be physically or financially. What type of things were showing up for you early on that made you start to want to make this change to be a better dad for your children, for your family?
Uh, like you said, man, just being that leader, you know what I mean? And being a better example too. Because when you have kids, they watch you and they see what you do. They mimic you. They're sponges. So
Yeah.
if I'm eating cookies every day, my
Mm,
little man's gonna eat cookies, my daughter gonna eat cookies, they're gonna develop my bad habits because I'm laying the foundation for them. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? So I think that you know, me eating better, me making better decisions, they see that now too. You know, like, oh man, you know, daddy's eating a salad, daddy's doing this, you know what I'm saying? Let me eat a salad. Like my daughter, that's, you know, they're my best friends too. So she wants to be like daddy. You know, she sees me, you know, looking at different things and now she's looking at stuff. She's trying to eat healthier. She's the 12-year-old, you know,
Yeah.
so she's you know, trying to eat healthier and she's watching what she eats now. And it's just like by me being, you know, better, it's making them better essentially too, you know? So
Yeah.
I just think that, you know, this whole thing with the eating has just made me, I say, a better leader too, you know, because now I'm showing them a better way instead of, you know, eating the bad stuff and just more structure and do this, don't do that, you know, things that keep them healthy when they get older, you know, and just laying that foundation with them. That
Yeah.
definitely helped me out for sure.
Yeah. That's
That
awesome.
was like a driving force, you know?
Yeah, yeah, 100%. You know, I always tell people, and we'll dive more into it in a second, but that nutrition is key, man. You know, it's
Mhm.
like it's going to help you lean out, but also it gives you so much. I feel like it's spiritual in a way where you develop this level of discipline. You
Mhm.
develop this level of strength because you're restraining yourself from eating certain foods that you probably grew up your whole life eating these foods. You know, like
Yes.
a lot of people see me on social media and doing all the podcasts and stuff. They don't know I grew up eating honey buns and going to the candy lady every day, eating
Mhm.
popsicles, eating Skittles and Snickers. Shoot.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And I got a big cereal thing, man.
Oh man, that's my favorite cereal, Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Mine too. It's the goat, man. You already know what time it is, coach.
It's the
That stuff is,
goat.
man, that willpower though, you know. And it's like I think I could fit that in every now and then if I wanted to, but just having structure and that willpower to say, no, I'm not gonna have that. I'm gonna have, my eggs and my blueberries and my meat source and things like that. You feel better about it. And one thing you said too, coach, that I really liked that stuck with me is like after you eat it, it's like, you know, that that feeling of dang man, why did I do this? You know what I'm saying? Was that worth it for me to eat this? That ain't worth it. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's like I would have felt way better if I would have just ate them eggs or just did this or did that. You know what I'm saying? So that
Yeah.
feeling afterwards is never worth it, man. It's just really not.
Yo, what up? What up? Just wanted to take a quick second to let you know I want to change your life. If you've been listening to the episode and you know that I have what it takes to help you get rid of that big ass stomach and transform your body, and you ready to make them changes in your life, head over to my Instagram at JJacksonOfficial and DM your boy Real Results. And I'll reach out to you and we'll talk about your biggest struggles. We'll talk about the goals that you want to accomplish. And I'll give you some guidance and a game plan on what you need to do next to hit those goals. Again, head over to my Instagram at JJacksonOfficial and DM me the words Real Results. And I'll reach out to you to do what I can to help you. Now let's get back to the episode. Yeah, yeah, I totally know what you mean. That feeling of guilt and
Yes.
yeah, and there's a bit of shame there too, especially if
It's a
we
fact.
know we like, man, I know I need to be doing better than what I'm doing, but man,
Yeah.
how did I let this impulse to eat this cereal just overcome me and I eat the whole damn box?
That was a fact, man. You do feel guilty afterwards. You're like, damn, why did I do that? You know what I'm saying?
Yep,
Yeah. You feel good in the moment, but as soon as you're done,
right,
you're like, damn, man, why did I do that?
right.
You feel guilty.
I know exactly what you mean. Uh, so let's transition. You know, you tried all these different diets and you tried different workouts, and then you came across my page, right? Was it on Instagram first?
This was on Facebook. I saw you first on Facebook.
On Facebook. So what was it that you saw about me that made you say, man, I gotta go ahead and rock with Jet Man. I gotta jump on board. I gotta make a change.
Just your transparency, to be honest with you, transparency,
Yeah,
just like you laying it all out for me,
yeah,
you having hope in me too, telling me, hey man, I can get you where you want to be, we can do this, you
yeah,
instill some confidence in me.
yeah,
And with your videos, those reels you have,
yeah,
like I said, you were talking to me, man. Like that person who had no structure, that person, I never paid attention to calories, coach. Never paid attention to calories. I thought incorrectly that you could eat healthy stuff and
yeah,
eat as much as you wanted of that healthy stuff. Nah, if you eating chicken and broccoli every day, but you eating way over and you ain't in no calorie deficit, that ain't good either. You know what I'm saying? So it's not necessarily about what's healthy. You still got to watch how much you're eating too, and I never, man. So I was like, man, he's telling me something different. I had never really heard about, the calorie deficit and things like that. Never paid attention to calories, man. So for me, I felt like you were talking to me with the big belly behavior. I felt like you had a plan for me. You instilled confidence in me. You could do this. You could. It's not too late. Things like that, man. It really, I was like, man, this guy's telling me something different. I'm buying this. I'm feeling this. You know what I mean? So that was
that's
good for me, coach.
wow, that's awesome. That's really good to know. Um,
Yeah.
and I get a lot of people to say that they like that transparency and authenticity that I'm sharing online, and
Yep.
I'm glad that's something that I'm learning too. Is instilling more confidence into you guys. You know, I feel like so many people on social media nowadays, they're just trying to like, be like real direct and rough. And it's like, you still got to instill this level of confidence and like, this can still happen for people.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad you said that. Um, so when you joined the coaching program, when you joined inside the Lions Den, everybody wants to know what type of results did you accomplish over the course of 12 weeks, the first 12 weeks?
Oh man, I started out at like 225. Right now I'm 180. What's my math? So about 40 pounds I lost over the first 12. And
Yeah,
right now I'm at 180 right now. So yeah,
yeah,
about 40 to 50 pounds I lost rocking with you, coach. It's
yeah.
all been with you, man. I I still can't believe it, man, to be honest with you. Like, I look, take the shirt off. I'm like, man, is that my body? And then you start taking pictures. I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying? Then I
Yeah.
kid you not, I haven't posted a picture, lately in because we're in a new phase now. But
Hmm.
I went back and I looked at my beginning photos to where
Yeah.
I'm at the very last photo that I was like, man, like that's my body. You know what I'm saying? I lift up my shirt. I'm like, man, I got abs now. Like this is, it's just, man, it's remarkable, coach. Like, run the play, run the play, run the play, like you say, man. And just it's been a journey. I appreciate the journey. I taking it one day at a time, man. But this is the best decision I ever made in my life, coach. It's the best decision I've ever made in my life, man. It
That's
really is rocking with you, coach.
that's awesome, man. That's good to hear, bro, because man, we make a lot of decisions in our life. And I've joined probably close to about 7 or 8, probably close to 10 different coaching programs. And it just so happened the one that I'm in now has changed my life the most. And I say all this to say we're gonna go through this journey where sometimes we can join different coaching programs, different meal plan regimens and workouts, and the first one may not work. And for some people, they'll give up, and they'll just feel like a failure. They'll feel like, man, it's just not meant to be. But for everybody that's listening or who may be watching, just know, man, like you can go through 2, 3, 4 of them. And, you just want to be like, okay, this is not an L, but what's the lesson that I can learn from this? Like
Yeah.
the whole journey is there to help you to become more self-aware. And
Hmm.
just so happen, like once you get that right one, once you hit it big, like you have, boom,
Yeah.
40,
Yeah.
40 plus pounds down.
Yeah, man.
It life changing stuff, man. Life
Oh,
change.
that's a fact. That's a fact, coach. Like I said, man, I'm 35 years old, coach, and I'm in way better shape than I was when I was 20. I'm like, man, I ain't gonna, I do wish I knew now what I knew, but I wish I knew back then what I know now. I do, because then I probably can only imagine what I would look like then. But you know what? I ain't gonna stop. Better late than never. And we're gonna keep this rocking forever, man. We really are.
There
I
you
ain't
go.
going back, so got the tools now.
That's
Got the
it.
tools.
And that's what I like to teach, man. It's like once you get these are what we call life skills. You have the skills of understanding finances. You have the skills of understanding how to build strong relationships and meaningful relationships with your friends and family. Skills, right?
Hmm.
Then you had a skill of understanding your nutrition, understanding
Yeah.
how to design your body to look the way you want it to look from hitting the gym. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And also eating properly so that we feel well, not just look well. Yeah, we want to have, a nice look. We want to feel proud about how we look, but also the long term,
Yeah.
10 years from now, 20, 30, 40 years from now. Like, are we still going to be healthy enough to be able to provide and take care of the people that we love and care about? And
Yep.
so skills.
That's a
Um,
fact, coach. That's a
yeah,
fact, man. I'm just so glad I invested in myself too, because we spend our money on everything else, but sometimes we don't invest in ourselves. And that was important. I told myself when I first started your program, I was like, I'm gonna invest in myself, man. I'm gonna invest in myself, spend this on myself, and try to be the best version of myself I could be. So glad I did it, man. I just, man, wish I did it sooner, coach. Wish I did it sooner, man.
let's talk
Happy
about
to be here now.
a lot of people they are afraid and hesitant about investing in coaches, and I understand. It is some scams out there, but what was going through your mind at the time, you know, when I told you the investment and all that good stuff, and you know, you're like, okay, like how did that go in your head? How did you navigate your thoughts to make the decision to go ahead and invest?
Uh, like choosing you to investing in, like choosing your program. Like I said, man, just your transparency. I believed you. You know what I mean? I really did. Like being able to talk to you, your transparency. I don't feel like you were hiding anything. Like you were just open, upfront about everything. Here's X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? You even said, I'm not gonna what did you say exactly? You said, I'm not gonna sell you a donkey and give you a cat. Something like that you said. I'm not gonna I
Say
can't remember the exact what is it?
say
Help
your
me, coach.
unicorn give you a donkey.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, man, I like that. I was like, you know what? I believe this guy. You know what I'm saying? So it's just your transparency, uh, just the way you presented the whole thing. It just made sense, and it was something I had never heard before. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna rock with this. I've tried everything else. You know what I'm saying? So let me try this guy because he's talking about structure. He's talking about nutrition. He's talking about calorie deficits and looking at this. I was like, I ain't never tried none of that. All these other things you see online, they're telling you to uh let go of the carbs, and we need carbs. They're telling you to let go of this. We need these things. You know what I'm saying? Like you mentioned with the vegan thing, we're not getting the protein. You
Yeah.
need your fruits and your vegetables with the carbs. So you're the only one who was presenting something different. You had the transparency and you laid down the whole foundation and made it crystal clear. So the way
Mm,
you're presenting is just different than anybody else that I've seen.
yeah. That's good knowledge right there. I'm glad you said that. Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Um,
man.
so, you know, it's one thing to get these type of results, you know, losing the belly fat, losing the big ass stuff.
Oh yeah, the big ass stomach, big belly behavior.
Yeah, the big belly behaviors and dropping the weight. But in what ways has this like positively impacted your life, you know, from a confidence standpoint, with your family, you know, financially, all these things, all these other areas in life. How has your transformation impacted those areas?
Uh, it made me super confident, coach. I'm one of these people, I believe in God, and I spiritual health, mental health, and physical health all related. You know what I mean? Your spiritual health is first. That can help determine your mental health. Your mental health can help determine your physical health. They all go down the stream together. And I feel like me physically being better now has just helped me out. Like we said earlier, just being a better leader, feeling better, having more confidence too. Like, you look better, you feel better, clothes fitting better. So I'm more confident now physically, which has made me stronger mentally. Like those go hand in hand. And like I said, most importantly, your spiritual health. So they're all connected. And just with this looking physically better, it's made me way more confident, man. I feel like I can take on the world now, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm physically better now, and that's important.
Yeah,
So definitely my confidence level is a lot higher than it's ever been, man, to be honest with you. Higher than it's ever been, coach.
that's
Crazy.
so, you know, I don't think a lot of people really think about that. You know what I'm saying? Because confidence, it spills into every. You show me a man that ain't got no confidence, I'm gonna show you a man that's having a hard time in life. Like it's not to
Hmm.
say that he can't make ends meet, you know what I'm saying? But he's not exercising his potential. That's what I
Yep.
think about when a guy lacks confidence. And shoot, I would even say a woman as well. But
Hmm.
and one reason I say is because you can't show up as your best self, you know, your
Yep.
authentic self with charisma. And you know, people love people who are authentic and just raw and real. You know what I'm saying? And that comes from confidence. But with when you start to really start seeing that confidence just exude, it just start coming from you, like, man, I'm starting to see my abs again. Man, my arms starting to look good again. And you know, I'm pretty sure you start getting compliments too. People start
Oh
complimenting.
yeah,
So what type
big
of
time.
what type of thing started to happen when that happened?
Oh yeah, coach. I'm telling you, man. People notice, like you said, man. Girl looking at me differently. She's like, man, babe, what's going on? Your friends and stuff. They see you dropping weight. Like, what's going on, Jay? It makes you feel good, coach. It is what it makes you feel good. You feel more confident. You feel stronger. You know what I mean? Like, man, I'm lifting heavier weights now. It's like you kind of like evolve as a human, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? It's like the oh man, I can't even explain it. That inner beast inside you is just growing. You know what I mean? You just feel more confident. You feel stronger. I feel like you got it going on. You know what I mean? Can't nobody tell you nothing when you're feeling good. You know what
Yeah.
time it is.
Man, I'm proud of you, man. Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. Cause I know what
Yeah,
you're talking
coach.
about, man. Growing up as like little boys, you know, and especially our generation, we grew up going outside, playing sports, running around.
Mhm.
And so we were able to like develop this level of like grit and just like go getter. But I feel
Mhm.
like nowadays, not even just like the kids now growing up, but even some of the men, they didn't really have that. And
Yeah.
so, and a lot of life and society has caused them to suppress themselves.
Yeah.
And, hey, you can't be outspoken. Hey, you can't voice your opinion. We go counsel you, or, that's bad. But when I think about having confidence, it's like, it's not that you're disrespectful. It's not that you're arrogant to people, but it's that you standing on business basically. It's
Yep.
like, well, I'm that guy. I'm him. I'm Timothy.
Yep.
I'm taking
That's right.
care of myself. I'm feeling good. I'm looking good. People can see it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And
That's
when
a
people
fact.
see it, life just starts to transform. Your
Hmm.
wife, she starts to see it. Your kids, they see it. And something that I always talk about that I'm starting to talk more about is we have to be the person that we admire, and so that our family, our kids, the people that we love and care about, their admiration for us, it makes them get motivated just off of us, off our behaviors, and just off of
Yep.
our essence. And
Yep.
so, super proud of you, man. I
Thank you,
know,
coach.
huh?
I said, thank you, coach. I appreciate you, man. I really do, man. I tell you that all the time. I sincerely appreciate you, man. Couldn't have done it without you, coach. Couldn't have done it without you, man. And
Hey, man.
like you said, that confidence is something else, man. And it oozes out of you. People can see it. And I go as far, I think you're a little happier as a person. I've always been a nice, laid back guy, but you feel even more cheerful when you're looking good, man. I'm telling you, I really think that spiritual, mental, and physical health are all connected in some way or another. You know what I mean? Because you just feel better as an overall person when you're looking better, you know? You
Yeah,
really do.
I totally agree with you. So as we get ready to close out, I know some people they've been watching me for a while, months, weeks, months, or days, weeks, months, some years, and they might be on the fence. They might be thinking, man, I've been seeing Coach for a while now, but so for those people that are on the fence about joining the coaching program, what would you say to that person that they've been trying meals and the workouts, and it just ain't been working out for them the way they wanted to, and so they may be a little hesitant? What would you say to that person to get them to pull that trigger to join the Lions Den?
Listen, man, what won't I say to them? Listen, it's the what won't I say to them, coach? It's the best decision anybody can make. Invest in yourself. Trust Coach Jackson. He knows what he's doing. You're gonna lay down the formula for him. You're gonna lay down the foundation. You're gonna instill that confidence in them, and they will see results. Ain't no if, ands, or buts about it. Join Coach J. I'm telling you, Coach, you the man, you the GOAT. I appreciate you, brother. And anybody who's on the fence, get off the fence. Pick a side. And the side is on with Coach J. Brother, you know what you're doing, man. You best coach in the world, coach. Telling you, man. If anybody is having any question about joining the Lions Den, please don't, because the Lions Den is where it's at. I'm Lions Den for life, baby. So, it's the best thing in the world, man. And it's the best. I tell you, coach, honestly, it is the best decision that I've made, man. It really is. Investing in myself and rolling with you. Nah, man. Best decision I made, coach. Wish I would have did it sooner. Wish I would have met you 10 years ago, coach. I
Yeah, yeah,
really do, man. I
and
really do.
powerful, powerful. I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
Man, I
And
got you.
again, I want to commend you on trying for years, man. Like from 20 in your mid 20s, now you're in your mid 30s, and you didn't give up. You didn't just get the efforts and say, man, it just wasn't for me. Like you stuck it out. And
Yep.
that's what happens sometimes, man. We got to just be willing to stay in the game,
Mhm.
and you know, keeping this motion going, because when you're in motion, you might not be seeing all the results that you want, but that motion leads to the breakthrough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And because you were still in motion, because you were still looking, you discovered me, and you made the investment in yourself, and man, the rest is history. You know what I'm
The
saying?
rest is history. It's a movie, like you like to say, Coach. It's a movie.
It's a
It's
movie,
a
baby.
movie. It's a movie, man. That's a fact. That's a fact. Anybody who, back to what you were saying too about being on the fence, look at my story. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm somebody who literally has tried everything. Atkins, keto, vegan. It wasn't until you that I'm seeing results. So please, man, Lions Den's where it's at, Coach. 100%, brother.
That's awesome, man. Love it. I love it. Hey, man, Jason, I appreciate your time. Appreciate you coming on, sharing these gems, sharing your stories, getting vulnerable and transparent with us. Hey, let's keep crushing it, brother. Super proud of you. All right.
I appreciate you, Coach.
All right, now y'all. Guys, I hope y'all enjoyed the episode. If you did, be sure to hit the follow button and leave your boy a 5-star rating so we can continue to grow this movement, man. It's not all about just losing the big old ass stomach. It's about what that gives you. You know, it's about the life that it gives you. Some of y'all, it gives you your life back. It gives you your confidence. It gives you your family back. Because when we don't have that energy, we might not be able to spending time and enjoy life with the people that we love and care about, which is our family. And so you get them back, man. And so with that said, we out of here, baby. Let's go. Yo, appreciate you for tapping in and listening to the podcast episode today. Hopefully you found it valuable. And if you did and you want to learn more about how I can help you lose the big ass stomach, transform your body, and get your health on point, DM me real results over on Instagram at JJacksonOfficial for more information. And I'll reach back out to you to do what I can to help you hit those health and fitness goals. Let's get it.